Why is this you every day? Hmm? So anyway guys, it's going to be a vlog day today because it's rainy. We need to go get groceries. So that'll be a fun trip. We'll take you along for that. And that's basically all that's going to happen today. My back feels decent. Like last night, like my back felt good all day. And then I sat down and started editing my video, and just sitting down irritates it. So I'm going to avoid sitting down today. Oh, look at these. Look at these Gucci models. What? Look at that. Who's that guy? I'm not allowed to go to the gym. And look, who's going to the gym without me?
Shoulder day.
Whatever.
That belt pump.
You're going to have to work out for me.
Oh, don't worry. Start my car up.
Huh?
What are you trying to do?
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna do a little bit of work. I thought it was just gonna be an all vlog day, but I forgot I needed to do the oil change on this and the Volkswagen. So I don't want to. I've already went 1,000 miles over where I normally change my oil. I have like 4,500 miles on this oil change. I normally do about 3,500, whatever. The oil doesn't look that hateful. I mean, it's dark, but it's not like black. So whatever, we're gonna go ahead and get this changed out, and then I'll hurry up and get the Volkswagen down here. Oops, I made a huge mess on the floor, and my dad doesn't like oil on his floor, so I gotta clean the floor. But I'm making more of a mess. So this was just a quick oil change. We're gonna spend a little bit more time on the Volkswagen because I want to check out the underside of it and remove what's left of that skid plate so I can piece it back together maybe. And yeah, we'll look it over real good while we're changing the oil. Another thing I do on every oil change is I always wipe my engine bay down afterwards. It's just, you know, it keeps it nice and clean inside, you know, keep all the crud off. I also wipe off the oil pan completely whenever I drain the oil. After I put the plug back in, I'd clean it off real good and clean the underside, and I clean the oil filter housing so it has a clean surface to mate to. So let's take this thing home and bring back the Volkswagen. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick gander underneath this thing. Okay, so first off, this skid plate is busted right here. No big deal. Honestly, probably just gonna zip tie that back together because my buddy that's interested in this wants me to keep the price down. He's cheap, so we'll zip tie that back together. It's well, my light's not that bright. Nothing's damaged. The oil pan's a little rusty. We'll probably hit that with a wire wheel. You see that? We'll hit that with a wire brush or wire wheel, and then I'll put some rust converter on it, and we'll top it off with some paint. Transmission looks like it didn't get hit. Intercooler piping looks good. Yeah, nothing looks like it got damaged up underneath here. Everything looks good. Nothing back here looks bent. Doesn't even look like anything hit. So, yeah, everything looks good. Besides what's missing on the car. I need to remove this part of the skid plate that's left. Oh, my camera spun around on me. It attaches to your fender liners. So I'm going to take what's left of this off, and we're going to try to piece that back together too, because I have the other piece in the back of my truck. All in all though, everything looks pretty good. Yeah, like this damage right here, it probably happened by the forklift. You can see how it has a little bit of a bow to it right here on the bottom. I'm not real concerned with that. We have no leaks, so we're not going to worry with that. So let's go ahead and change the oil, and we'll get this thing out of here. Alright, so I already have one concern. This drain plug, I believe, was cross-threaded into the oil pan. Now all the threads are there and they look to be decent, but it was, I think somebody over-tightened it, to be honest. I don't know if I could just get another drain plug, but I don't know. I'm gonna see if it threads back in, because since all the threads are still there, and if it threads back in, then we'll just go ahead with this oil change. But that's just a little bit concerning. Somebody probably tightened it up with an impact gun or something, and that's stupid. But you know, what can you do about it? And they do make repair plugs. They make ones that expand. You put them in and you tighten them up and they expand, and they will seal your oil pan off. Well, and I've used one before where it has like a T fitting, and it folds up and you stick it up in the oil pan, and then you wiggle it until that T fitting goes this way, and then pull it down tight, and it grabs the inside of the oil pan, and then it's got a big rubber O-ring on the bottom that you tighten up against the opening. That's how I'm going to fix it if need be, but yeah, we're still going to try this one. Now the drain plug screwed back in. It goes in easy at first, and then it gets snug, and you just have to work it in, and it's not like tight, it just has a little bit of resistance. I ran it in and I just snugged it tight, and it stayed tight. So we're just gonna run with that. If I was gonna keep this car for myself and do it the right way, I would have replaced the oil pan, because the oil pan being that rusty and that drain plug being like that, a new oil pan would be your best option. But trying to keep the cost down on this, it's functional. I'm just going to treat the oil pan. We're going to run a wire brush over it, rust treatment, and a couple coats of paint. And then, I also know how they probably, you know how there was oil on the valve cover and it looked like it ran down from the oil fill plug. There's like a baffle inside where you put the oil in at. If you dump the oil in too fast, it comes up out and would overflow. You got to dump the oil in it slower. And I almost guarantee you they took this to like Jiffy Lube or some quick stop shop to get their oil changed, and they ran the drain plug in with an impact, and they were also just dumping the oil in. They probably it overfilled because of that baffle in there and ran over. So that's probably why there was oil in there. Anyway, I'm not quite sure if it takes 4.5 or 5 quarts. I put 4.5 in it because I don't want to overfill it. And we're gonna start it up, get it level, and I'll check the fluid level. And then actually, before I drop it down, I need to get that skid plate off, and I need to treat that oil pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that first before I drop it down. Okay, so I put the first coat of rust neutralizer on it. You gotta wait 20 minutes for that coat to dry and it turns black. Then you should put a second coat on. Wait another 20 minutes and then you can put some paint on it. So while that is drying, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start the engine up. Let the oil circulate through it. Still can't really check the oil level yet because it's not level. It's, you know, tilted up because I got the jack stands underneath it. So yeah, let's go ahead and start her. It almost feels like the engine runs smoother with that 040 in it. It called for 530, I think, 530 or 540. Everybody online recommended the 040. I mean, the motor feels very smooth now, like smoother than it was when I changed the plugs. So engine bay looks good, clean. We'll get this underside done, get this thing down off the jacks, check fluid level, and then we're done with this thing for today. And then go grocery shopping. That's gonna be fun. Alright, so I finished with the oil pan. It's not perfect. You can see, you know, you could sand that, make it smoother or whatnot. But I got 2 coats of rust neutralizer on there, and then a good thick coat of black paint. So that ought to help it last a little bit longer. So it's better than nothing. Let's get this thing down on the ground now. And there you have it. It takes a full 5 quarts. That's perfect level right there. Gonna run this back up to the house, and then gonna meet the wife, and I'll take you guys along. That's another thing I gotta look into. It's kind of colder day out, and I put the air conditioning on, and it doesn't feel much different. So I don't think the air conditioning's working. We'll see. I'm gonna take this up to the house real quick. Ooh, this thing runs. It's a little bit impressive, actually. That's the first time I actually got on it. It broke traction first, real easy. It just broke traction again. That runs great. Alright, so before we go and go grocery shopping, I'm going to take the truck out so we can get the alignment done. So, we are in Happy Valley State College. We could have went to the Y store, or we could have went to
whatever. I want to go somewhere different, okay?
But baby girl wanted to go somewhere different, and baby girl gets what baby girl wants.
Because you love me.
Yeah.
Aww.
That's what it is.
That's so sweet.
That's exactly what it is.
It better be. Well, Wegmans has a more variety of special foods, especially healthier.
I had to get special foods for me because I'm special. And we are at Wegmans. They better have some special shit in here. Hour drive to go get my groceries. No thank you. videoing my wife videoing her getting cat food.
Getting some good old cat food for my kitties. Can't forget about them.
Get a big roll of toilet paper so you can put up with my shit. Hey everybody, check out D's. D's nuts! Ah!
Got him!
Get a bag. What do you reach in?
There you go, reach in, get a couple.
Roasted and salted. Don't you all salted?
Mine are salty. I'm gonna go over here and weigh my nutsack. Oh, is there a PL number? Oh, I need the bin number. What? It's a tidbit nipply in this aisle. Isn't it?
What?
It says a tidbit nipply.
I'm alright because I have a stack.
Babe. Babe, where are you going?
Keep walking.
Come on. Come on. Down my purse. So might as well make this trip worthwhile. We're gonna go to a vitamin shop and get some goodies and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't die. I made it. I survived. The bill was more, so we traveled further and paid more, but we got a bunch of shit that you couldn't get in Huntington, so.
Yeah. Just once in a while.
It's what baby doll wanted.
And stuff. I'm looking for drinks and stuff.
Had enough of Happy Valley. I'm broke. Let's go home. The dogs have put me on prednisone, and I'm hungry and thirsty. I have to pull over so I can get in the back and get some food. I'm starving. She thinks it's funny.
You just ate like an hour ago.
I'm hungry.
Eat that.
It's foggy up here. I'm gonna put my nuts away. I need a good drink. What else am I getting? Is there any other goodies did I get?
You got bars.
Oh yeah, let me get a bar. Where are they at?
Somewhere.
Right there. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. So we're back at home safe and sound. Gotta put all of our groceries away. Are you gonna help us put them away, Stella? She doesn't meow. Stewie's the loud one. Aren't you? You the loud one? Yep. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, go back and check out some of my other videos I got. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out!